Coming in now, in Maryland, cars flipped, buildings ripped apart. The system from Texas all the way up through D.C. and New York. Also breaking, the manhunt underway right now. The rookie officer, an Army veteran, shot and killed during a traffic stop. Heavily armed officers going door to door tonight. North Korea's new warning to the U.S. this evening, promising a, quote, severe lesson. And tonight, Vice President Mike Pence reacting to that report that he's preparing to run in 2020. The FBI joining the search right now for a violent criminal overpowering a deputy, cuffing him to a steering wheel, and stealing his gun. 3 Boy Scouts reportedly shocked by a live power line, what we've now learned tonight. And Made in America is back tonight, the success story that might have passed you on the highway.
This is ABC World News Tonight with David Muir.
Good evening, and it's great to have you with us here on a Monday night. And we begin with the severe storms at this hour. Emergency teams are on the scene tonight after what's believed to be a tornado hitting Maryland not long ago. Cars upside down, buildings destroyed, all part of this major storm system. Blinding rain, damaging storms from the south all the way up through New York. You can see some of that damage coming in from the scene in Maryland. There were high water rescues elsewhere. ABC's Gio Benitez leading us off.
Tonight, powerful winds tossing cars like toys in Salisbury, Maryland. A possible tornado ripping through this town. The driver of this car escaping with minor injuries. Walls caving in, roofs shredded in this parking lot, all part of a storm system stretching all the way to Texas. In San Antonio, a race to save residents trapped in high water after more than 4 inches of rain fell in just 3 hours.
Water's just about going over the hood, and I have one Hispanic male sitting on the roof trying to get rescued.
Crews reaching that man, helping him crawl to safety. Rescuers responding to more than 20 calls in all. Dangerous lightning striking throughout the state, sparking this house fire outside Dallas. A family of 5 sleeping inside, tonight just grateful to be alive.
Life is more important. All this can be replaced.
This after a weekend of violent weather. 3 twisters striking the Tulsa area, including this EF2. Winds up to 130 miles per hour on the ground for nearly 7 miles. More than 24 injured. This shopping center ripped apart.
Fridays, they had patrons in it, and the roof collapsed.
Customers and employees inside this Friday's restaurant narrowly escaping. Warnings going out by cell phone and weather radio. But those twisters moved through so quickly, officials say they didn't have time to sound the sirens. And tonight back in Maryland, a community left picking up the pieces. And David, tonight in Maryland, thankfully no serious injuries have been reported. Crews are still trying to restore power there, and officials are still trying to figure out if that was indeed a tornado. More rough weather is ahead, Dave.
All right, Gio Benitez leading us off. Gio, thank you. Let's bring in Chief Meteorologist Ginger Z, who is tracking it all for us. And Ginger, what still concerns you tonight?
Still tonight that it's still raining, David. Places like central Delaware have seen up to 5 inches of rain already, and we still have rain on the map there. The flash flood watches in parts of Mississippi, Louisiana, and Arkansas. But we get closer into the mid-Atlantic and say, when is it going to end? The answer is overnight into tomorrow morning, David. And Ginger, you're also tracking a tropical storm over the next 24 hours where a lot of Americans travel. Yes, Tropical Storm Franklin now in the far western Caribbean Sea. I want to take you there. You can see the center just east of the Yucatan Peninsula, a place like Punta Allen that is right by Playa del Carmen. Well, it is going to go through there, and they're under a hurricane watch. Then it becomes a hurricane again after it passes and goes into central Mexico. We'll be watching this one for a couple of days, David.
Right, Ginger Z, our thanks to you again tonight. We move on here. We're following another developing headline as well. The search for a man accused of shooting and killing a police officer in Missouri after he was pulled over. The officer, an Army veteran with just a year on the job, what his family said was his dream job. Here's ABC's Alex Perez on the manhunt tonight.
Tonight, investigators in Missouri on the hunt for this man, Ian McCarthy, accused of shooting and killing a police officer after he was pulled over for a minor traffic violation.
Shots fired, officer down, I repeat, officer down.
Today, heavily armed officers going door to door, searching for any sign of the suspect. 10:45 last night, a Clinton, Missouri police officer, Gary Michael, pulled McCarthy over because his headlights were off. That's when authorities say McCarthy exited his vehicle and fired multiple shots at Officer Michael. He was able to return fire, but the suspect sped away.
He didn't have a chance. I mean, it was a cowardly moment for that individual.
Around 6:45 this morning, McCarthy's abandoned vehicle located 3 blocks from the shooting.
Suspect believed to be
running on foot from that location. Subject is still armed.
Tonight, this tight-knit community mourning. In a Facebook post, Officer Michael's mother saying her son was a vet who served his country in the U.S. Army and that being a police officer was his dream job. Michael is the 28th officer to be killed by gunfire this year. He leaves behind a wife and 2 stepsons.
And Alex Perez with us from Missouri tonight. And Alex, you reported this man has an extensive criminal record. Officers still going door to door tonight?
That's right, Ted. Authorities here describe this as a non-stop, round-the-clock operation. More than 60 investigators on this case. Officer Michael had only been on the force for about a year. David?
Alex Perez in Missouri for us. Alex, thank you. We turn now to President Trump lashing out tonight after a report in the New York Times suggesting Vice President Mike Pence might be getting ready to run for president himself in 2020. The report points to, among other things, the many trips Pence has made in just the first 200 days in office. ABC's chief White House correspondent Jonathan Karl with what the vice president is now saying tonight.
President Trump tonight is settling into his 17-day stay at his New Jersey golf club.
Everyone having a good time?
But don't call it a vacation. Trump tweeting, this is not a vacation, meetings and calls, and that he's working hard and is going to New York next week for more meetings. But that isn't all President Trump is tweeting about. He's upset with the New York Times, apparently about this report suggesting that fellow Republicans, and possibly even his own vice president, are positioning themselves to run for president in 2020 if Trump himself does not run. The New York Times says Vice President Pence's schedule is so full of political events that Republicans joke that he is acting more like a second-term vice president hoping to clear the field than a number 2 sworn in a little over 6 months ago. Pence has traveled extensively since the inauguration. In just the first 200 days, he's made at least 26 trips across the country, including stops in Ohio, Florida, and Iowa. The vice president shot down the report, issuing an official statement calling it, quote, disgraceful and offensive. Meanwhile, one of the president's top advisors is conceding that his support has begun to slip a bit.
His approval rating among Republicans and conservative and Trump voters is down slightly. It needs to go up. They are telling him, just enact your program.
But the president himself seems to disagree, tweeting today, the Trump base is far bigger and stronger than ever before.
So let's bring in Jonathan Karl live in Washington tonight. And John, the president has said he's away at his golf club for 17 days, in part because of renovations to the White House.
David, the entire West Wing has been emptied, including the Oval Office. Contractors are repainting the walls, refinishing the floors, putting in new carpet. They're also replacing a 27-year-old heating and air conditioning system. This is a $3.4 million renovation project that was approved and planned under the Obama administration, and we expect it to be finished by the time the president returns later this month.
All right, John Karl live in Washington for us. John, thank you. Meantime, North Korea tonight vowing revenge on the United States after new sanctions from the UN, promising to, quote, teach the U.S. a severe lesson. I want to bring in ABC's chief global affairs correspondent Martha Raddatz. And Martha, the U.S. no doubt supports these sanctions, but there is concern tonight that the North Koreans have made great progress with their intercontinental ballistic missiles.
There certainly is, David, but despite those specific warnings to America calling the UN sanctions a heinous U.S. plot for which the U.S. will pay dearly, the U.S. will keep up the economic pressure on North Korea, letting Kim Jong-un feel the effects over time of what could be a $1 billion revenue loss. On the other hand, as you point out, the administration cannot let this go on indefinitely, since U.S. intelligence now believes Kim could have a nuclear-tipped missile capable of hitting the U.S. as early as next year. But as you know, David, President Trump has said he will not let that happen, and a military option remains on the table if the sanctions do not show results. David?
All right, Martha Raddatz watching the situation in North Korea for us. Thank you, Martha. There is also news on Russia tonight amid new images intended to impress the Russian people of Vladimir Putin on vacation. Secretary of State Rex Tillerson with stern words for his Russian counterpart, telling Russia's Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov at a meeting in the Philippines that Russia's meddling in the U.S. election has, quote, created serious mistrust, promising the U.S. will respond to Russia's decision to eject hundreds of U.S. diplomatic staff by September 1st. Meantime, those images, Russian President Vladimir Putin is vacationing in the Siberian mountains. State TV showing video of him fishing without a shirt, as you can see on a mountain lake there. The images have become commonplace for a leader who wants them seen by the Russian people. Back in this country tonight, into the desperate manhunt now for a dangerous prisoner on the run, seen moments before his escape right here, his hands and feet in shackles. Despite that, he was somehow able to overcome his guard, cuff him to the steering wheel, and steal his weapon. ABC's Lindsay Davis in Ohio tonight.
Tonight, the FBI and U.S. Marshals are teaming with Ohio police in a massive manhunt for an escaped inmate armed with a deputy's gun.
We believe that he does have some sort of survival skills, that it wouldn't be odd for him to live in the woods for several days.
These surveillance images show Brandon Powell just before his improbable escape, shackled at the hands, waist, and feet. In this newly released 911 call, a shocked deputy calls for help.
All of a sudden he jumped out of his seatbelt, put a headlock on me, and then grabbed for my weapon.
Police say Powell was riding in the back seat of the deputy's cruiser with no partition when he overpowered the deputy, crashing the vehicle. Powell then allegedly forced the deputy to undo his shackles before handcuffing the officer to the steering wheel and vanishing on foot.
Prisoner escaped. He has my weapon and my ammo.
Once he took the firearm and my deputy complied with his orders, he told him, "I don't want to kill you, but I will if I have to."
The 32-year-old inmate, accused of rape, was being transferred back to jail from a Toledo hospital after what police say was a suicide attempt.
He's not a good guy. If you see him, call the police. Don't get near him.
Authorities are continuing to increase manpower in the manhunt, which is now nationwide. David.
Lindsay, thank you. In Australia tonight, the wreckage of a U.S. military aircraft that crashed off the coast of Australia has now been located. 3 Marines are presumed dead after the Osprey went down during a training mission on Saturday. 23 others were rescued. The cause of the crash is under investigation. We turn next here to the mayor of Nashville, a mother returning to work today for the first time since the death of her son, who died of an apparent drug overdose. It's a heartbreak so many American families are struggling with amid the opioid emergency we have been reporting on here across the country. Here tonight, ABC's Steve Osunsami.
Nashville Mayor Megan Barry, seen here today welcoming students back to school, says it broke her heart to lose her son to drugs.
Our hearts will always be sad and empty because we can never replace our child.
Her only child, 22-year-old Max Barry, is seen here as a child in a photo the mayor will certainly treasure forever. He was struggling with addiction and died in Colorado from an overdose on July 29th.
The new normal for me is that I get to get up every day now and I don't get to ever talk to my son again.
In an emotional letter to the city, she shared how the knock on the door came at around 3 a.m. She thought it was a city issue, but we proceeded to receive the most devastating news a parent could ever hear. Her message tonight is that parents need help.
If you see another child who is struggling, don't ever hesitate to pick up the phone and call that parent and say, your child needs help.
Every day, the government says about 91 people die from opioid overdoses alone. David?
And we have to stay on it. Steve Osunsami, our thanks to you tonight. Here in New York City, a new headline about 9/11 all these years later. The medical examiner's office reporting one more victim of the World Trade Center attack has now been identified after nearly 16 years. DNA tests identifying the 1,641st victim, a man whose family chooses to keep his name private. But 1,112 victims remain unidentified, about 40% of all those killed there on that day. There is still much more ahead on World News Tonight this Monday. Chaos in the cabin, and you'll see it. We have new video tonight showing the aftermath inside a passenger plane hit by severe turbulence, several injured, and the new warning tonight about why turbulence might be on the rise. Also, the Boy Scout accident. 3 Boy Scouts killed after their boat collides with a live power line. The news coming in on that front. And Made in America is back on a Monday night. The open road is calling, and this iconic brand has you covered. Can you guess what this is about to become? And yes, buckle your seatbelt. We sure did. We'll be back.
Because life can sometimes be messy, we've got you covered. WeatherTech is the ultimate way to protect your ride. From bump step to cargo liners to seat protectors, along with floor liners that protect the front, back, and even up the sides. All to help keep those memories from being spoiled. Go to WeatherTech.com and order yours today. WeatherTech. Complete protection. Completely American made.
For my constipation, my doctor recommended I switch laxatives. Stimulant laxatives make your body go by forcefully stimulating the nerves in your colon.